Hey guys, and welcome to my first vlog. I just wanted to take a moment and explain to you what sensory processing disorder is. Like, everybody's different with sensory processing, but for me, I overprocess. So what that means is all of my senses, are affected by it, and when I use my sense, the nerves, or the neurons, send it up to my brain, and my brain can't process it correctly. So when I touch things, the feeling of it is a lot more, I feel it more than others would. And it's the same for all of my other senses, everything I feel more than normal people, except for sight. My sight is actually underprocessed, so I actually crave light and color, whereas people who overprocess with their sight, they can't handle too much light or too much color. So first, let's talk about touch. Like I said, when I touch things, I feel it more, but it's also when somebody touches me, I can have one of two reactions. It'll either hurt me a lot, or it will be overwhelmingly ticklish, which I prefer that one because it's a lot less painful, obviously. Then there's smell. I can smell things really strongly, so I can't handle having a ton of scent at once. Smelling a candle, I can't. Sometimes I'll go to smell a candle and realize too late that I can't handle that much smell, and it kind of overwhelms me. And then there's taste, which is the hardest to deal with sometimes, because when I taste things, I taste more of it, and the texture is too much for my tongue, and that makes it so that I'm a very picky eater, which a lot of people don't understand picky eaters. They think, why don't you just eat food, or just eat it, it doesn't have to taste good, which is what a lot of people do to me when I say that I don't like something. But it's a completely neurological thing. I just can't handle, if I eat something that I don't like, I will literally gag, and I'll just start getting all shaky, and it'll be really overwhelming. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand, which is why I'm filming this, so that I can try and help people to understand that people like me can't help it. We can't just like food. It has to be something that we can handle. And then there's also hearing, which means that a lot of things are louder, and if somebody suddenly talks loud, then it'll be overwhelming. And for me, when there's a sudden loud sound, I actually get super angry when I hear a loud sound. That's how I react to it. When I get startled, I'll just get so mad. It's kind of ridiculous how mad I get, but it's something that I can't really help. I can help my response to it, but I can't stop the anger that comes from it. And there's actually a ton of different things in my life that affect me differently than most people. So the reason I'm vlogging is so that I can kind of show people the little things that they don't realize can affect other people so much. I sometimes, even with emotional and psychological things, it can be a lot more overwhelming. I have anxiety, and part of the reason it got so bad when it did was because of sensory processing. Because I didn't understand, I didn't get a diagnosis of sensory processing as a kid like most would. So I didn't know why I felt the way that I did. I didn't, how is somebody supposed to know that what they're feeling is different than what someone else is feeling? So I just grew up thinking that all the things I felt were normal, and if it was uncomfortable, I just had to deal with it. And that's something that just caused me to get so anxious in high school. I couldn't handle a lot of things because of how anxious the sensory aspect of my life was. And so yeah, I'm starting to vlog so that people can understand it and realize that not everybody feels things the same way, and we all need to accept each other and understand each other. Like, we don't have to know exactly what it feels like to understand someone. We just gotta believe that their life is different than ours, and they can't handle the same things we can handle, and we just gotta accept them for who they are. Spencer, what would you think if I started vlogging? Like the little things that affect me differently because I have sensory processing disorder?
Those would really be vlogs. Vlogs are video logs.
Mm-hmm. Would you judge me?
So isn't YouTube just vlogs? Actually, okay, that makes much more sense. Because video log is like videoing what's going on in your life. So, okay.
Would you judge me? I'm filming outside because I'm not quite comfortable talking to a camera around my family, because, yeah, I know what they're thinking when they see that. Because I'm used to my family, so I can tell when they're judging. Now I'm constantly worried that they're watching. It's kind of awkward. But I'm also frustrated because whenever I try to say anything about food or anything like that, I get judged for what I like and don't like, when it's entirely sensory processing related. And I don't like a lot of food because the taste is too strong or the texture is too much. And I don't get a lot of people supporting that or understanding it. So it's kind of hard sometimes. I don't come outside very often because it's a completely different sensory environment than what's inside. And it's kind of overwhelming sometimes, especially when it's allergy season, which is pretty much every season, except for winter. Winter's just too cold and evil. Sometimes I just come and walk in the grass with bare feet to see if I can build up the strength in them. But nope, it still always hurts. If you can't tell, I'm pretty much walking on weed grass. So some of them are sharp. I was just remembering how I'm allergic to all of the types of weeds we have here in Utah. So I probably shouldn't be walking barefoot. But I'm itchy all the time, so whatever. I'm sitting now because my legs are hurting, and Emma is in line to meet Brooklyn and Bailey. And I can't stand in lines for very long, so I'm by myself in a bunch of chairs. Pretty fun. Is the line even moving? There they are up in front.
There's so much power in ideas because the world is going to push us a lot of different directions. And as an airline pilot, when we fly to a destination, we have that plugged into the GPS.
I finally figured out how to put my pillow so that I don't feel like I'm being choked by it. Poor sick baby Marvel.
But we can
guys so much for watching this vlog. It's my first one, so try not to judge too harshly. But I appreciate any support and understanding, and I look forward to making more videos.